Hi, and welcome to our Planet Foodies. Today we're going to talk to you and what you think about pollination. Will it impact your life if all the pollinators left tomorrow? Will it affect your love of food? Let's go and find out.
What? Bees?
Yep.
Wasps.
Like butterflies?
Birds.
Bees,
Bats,
Flies.
butterflies,
Wasps? Butterflies?
Maybe bats.
Any other pollinators?
I don't think I can think of anything else.
Oh gee, that's a pretty scary prospect. Less fruit and veg, probably take it out of the reach of poorer people.
Oh, probably massively. We wouldn't be able to eat food and we wouldn't be able to sustain ourselves, I don't think.
It would affect the food chain, I'm well aware of that.
I suppose we'd lose some types of foods.
yeah, quite a huge impact. There'll be no food either, would there?
Well, it would mean that we'd have less plants, food shortage, you'd have no honey.
Well, the first thing I can think of is honey.
I've heard that coffee is potentially impacted, but I don't really know how.
Types of fruit, cereals, things like that.
All vegetables, all trees, all fruit.
I've got a love of beer. Beer is made from hops. You need to pollinate hops in order to have beer.
Plant more pollinator-friendly plants in your garden, flowers.
I can't name a plant, but I know they like lots of lavender and things like that.
Plants like buddleia, they're good for butterflies.
No littering, leave the hedgerows alone, let plants grow in your garden.
Not using pesticides.
Have my own hives, that's a bit intense though. Learn to be an apiarist. I've just read the book called Bees, which is about bees.
Absolutely. Yep, for sure.
I would be willing to stop using pesticides and plant some pretty flowers in my garden for the bees.
A little window box maybe if you live in an apartment somewhere. Just plant some flowers that bees like, especially at this time of year.
By planting some flowers in my garden, I will do that right now. I'll go home and buy some seeds.
Wow, that is really shocking. I didn't know that.
I mean, that's pretty heartbreaking.
Chocolate? No.
I'd be pretty stressed out. Yeah, you know, I need wine and chocolate to survive.
Pretty bad.
Well, you can keep the chocolate, but a life without wine? Is that where we're really headed?
I think that's a good. I think that's very good.
Could you survive?
Well, yes, I'd be a much healthier planet. I didn't know that, no.
So we've seen now that people are doing everything they can to help the bees out. They're planting flower pots and they're creating little urban gardens. But if you want to go that one step further, let's go and have a look at Tom, where he's helping the queen bees out. They're wanting to find new hives and he's going to help them do it.
They're looking for a new, safe place to create a hive. There's a good scent, which I placed in there. With the scent, they won't look around the whole valley. They'll just go back and tell the queen, and then she'll decide, let's go. And that's what we're waiting for right now, which is called a swarm, or in Spanish, alhambre.
Tom has been providing bees with new homes for over 3 years now. This has proven to have been of great benefit to the entire valley's ecosystem.
What their secret is that they all of a sudden start filling their cavities with honey. And they're robbing the old hive to put all the honey in the new hive. So all these bees are loaded with honey. When the bees start to fly from their old hive to the new hive, they follow the queen. She knows the trail because they've gone back and forth. They've done their dance. They know exactly where the new house will be. And they follow her. Wherever she goes, They follow her. She has this very strong smell. They call her nickname is Stinky. Just kidding. And so once she gets to the house, they all land around her, and she hopefully crawls in first. But they don't know where she's at. They know the smell's there, and they start grabbing each other, and they make that big ball. And then they all try to get inside the house. But they can only go in, a certain, one or two or three or four at a time. And the more bees they are, the bigger the ball gets. But you gotta remember now, if I put my hand there, they crawl all over me, but they can't sting me because they're full of honey. Yeah, isn't that strange? So when they're full of honey, they don't sting.
So now we'd like to hear from you to see what you're doing to help. Feel free, send us your videos, send us your tips, send us your photos. What can you do to help save the bees?